Boom! Another movie review right here with your boy Jay Jordan. Star Trek Generations. Here's my thing about Generations. I like the movie, right? Because it's William Shatner's really last time as Captain Kirk. It's like a love letter to the original Star Trek, and this generation is kind of the bridge movie to that. It's a non-Borg movie. His first contact was about the Borg, and so I think they were kind of getting a little bit Borg crazy. So it was good to see Picard and the Enterprise crew in something that was non-Borg related. They used the Klingons in this as an antagonist, which we hadn't seen really in a while. In a Star Trek since Star Trek 6, Undiscovered Country, that was like 91, I think that came out. So it was good to see the Klingons kind of back in a antagonist role, even though they were not the main antagonist, they were like a sub-antagonist. And this was like a rogue group of Klingons, because remember that after the Undiscovered Country, the Federation brought the Klingons in. So this is like a rogue group of Klingons. But I really honestly feel like this could have been a 3-part episode of TNG. Like, I don't feel like it needed to be a movie. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it would have been like a good 3 to 4 part episode of TNG. I just never got... I know Shatner was in it, so I guess they thought that would draw money for the box office. But I really just feel like that could have been a TV thing, like a 4-part miniseries. It felt like, because they actually used the set from the TV show in this movie. This is the only movie that they actually kind of used the set from the TV show. And so it was like, I think they modernized a little bit. It was a couple little things that they changed, but primarily that was the Enterprise set. Remember, in First Contact, that was a whole different set they had for the Enterprise. And that's why kind of First Contact, Insurrection, and Nemesis don't really, I mean, it's the crew, but it kind of feels like it's different. Generations feel like it fits more into the show. Like, I could see that have been something like in that, and like maybe the way they ended the show with that. So I always feel like Generations could have been just a 4-part TV show. That's always what I felt. But I think because Shatner was in it, they had Chekhov and Scotty did a kind of basically a cameo. They were in it for opening scene. But outside of that, I think that's why they made it a movie. But it's one of those. I enjoyed it. I think First Contact's better, but it's a cool movie. It's one of those movies that kind of don't get talked about a lot. But it was good to see Captain Kirk. It's just a hurrah moment being Captain Kirk. He goes out being Captain Kirk. If you remember in Star Trek, I believe it's 5. At the opening scene where he says, "I always know I would die alone." He's talking to Bones and Spock, where he trips off the mountain, and I think Spock catches him, and he said, "I never doubted for a minute that you guys would have my back." He said, "Because I always knew I would die alone." And in Genesis, you kind of see that phrase come to fruition, where he's technically dying alone. He's dying with this Picard, but Picard ends up having to save the day, and he kind of dies by himself. And so it kind of is like that in-depth scene of Captain Kirk is a callback to what he says in Star Trek 5, which I think was smart not to bring him back into J.J. Abrams, because we had already established Spock basically being immortal. And I know Shatner wanted to come back in those movies, but I felt like that was like the perfect ending for Captain Kirk, and to bring him back, it undoes the ending in Generations. So that's my little take for it. Let me know what you think. Do you like Star Trek Generation? Which one do you like the best? Let me know. Boom.